The second part of Soacra lui Celentano, in Las Fierbinți, opens with an immediate sense of tension that permeates the village life, a tension that is both humorous and deeply human. From the very first scene, we see Celentano navigating his daily routine, but the presence of his mother-in-law adds a layer of unpredictability. The writers cleverly build on the established dynamics from the first part, yet introduce new nuances that make this episode stand out. Celentano's interactions with his friends and fellow villagers are tinged with both exasperation and affection. There is a remarkable balance in the way the show portrays the absurdities of small-town life while also maintaining genuine emotional depth. One of the most striking sequences is the opening breakfast scene, where the mother-in-law, with her trademark scrutiny, critiques every detail of the household. The camera lingers on Celentano's subtle facial expressions, capturing a mixture of resignation and suppressed frustration that is relatable to anyone who has experienced familial tension. The pacing here is deliberate, allowing the audience to savor the comedic timing. Yet, there is also an undercurrent of social commentary about respect, family hierarchy, and the challenges of cohabitation. The scene transitions seamlessly to the marketplace, where Celentano attempts to engage in his usual humorous banter with local vendors. Yet, the mother-in-law's presence subtly alters his behavior. The writers use this dynamic to explore the theme of adaptability, showing how individuals modify their actions in response to authority figures. One particularly clever moment occurs when Celentano is trying to impress a visiting cousin with his supposed farming expertise, only to be undermined by his mother-in-law's offhand remarks. The cinematography emphasizes this contrast through tight framing, forcing the viewer to focus on the interplay of expressions. Humor in this episode is not merely slapstick, but often arises from irony, social norms, and the subversion of expectations. The scene in which Celentano attempts to sneak away to avoid a chore is executed with meticulous timing, and the audience cannot help but empathize with his plight, recognizing universal themes of resistance against domestic obligation. Meanwhile, supporting characters, such as the village barber and the postman, provide parallel comic relief, their interactions highlighting the interconnectedness of the community. The writers are astute in using minor characters to reflect broader societal patterns, revealing how gossip, camaraderie, and rivalry coexist in a small village. The episode also delves into interpersonal conflict with surprising depth. A scene in which the mother-in-law engages in a verbal sparring match with the town mayor showcases both her assertiveness and the subtle power dynamics at play. Her character, often perceived as a source of irritation, is revealed to have layers of motivation rooted in care and concern, even if expressed in abrasive ways. This scene underscores the show's ability to present multidimensional characters whose actions, while humorous, also provoke reflection. Another memorable sequence involves a late-night argument over household management, which blends humor with tension. The writers employ overlapping dialogue and quick cuts to mimic the chaos of real-life disagreements, making the viewer feel present in the household. Here, the performance of the actors is crucial, as the timing, tone, and body language must convey both exasperation and love. The episode also cleverly incorporates visual gags and recurring motifs, such as Celentano's attempts to hide minor mishaps, which serve to reinforce the comedic rhythm while contributing to character development. Throughout the episode, music is used sparingly but effectively, often punctuating moments of heightened emotion or absurdity. The choice of sound design enhances the comedic beats without overshadowing the dialogue, demonstrating the production's attention to detail. Importantly, this episode deepens the thematic exploration of generational differences. The mother-in-law represents traditional values, structured routines, and societal expectations, while Celentano embodies adaptability, humor, and sometimes a rebellious streak. Their interactions, oscillating between conflict and compromise, reflect broader social commentary on how families navigate change and tradition. The final act of the episode culminates in a village celebration, where tensions are temporarily diffused through shared rituals and communal laughter. This scene is rich with detail, from the arrangement of tables to the choreography of background extras, creating a sense of lived-in reality. In this context, humor is interwoven with warmth, as villagers, despite their disagreements, find unity in communal activities. By the episode's conclusion, Celentano and his mother-in-law share a moment of quiet understanding, subtle yet powerful, illustrating the evolution of their relationship. This resolution, while modest, carries emotional weight, affirming the show's capacity to balance comedy with heart. Beyond the narrative, one cannot ignore the cultural specificity that gives Las Fierbinzi its charm. The depiction of rural life, the emphasis on social customs, and the nuanced portrayal of interpersonal dynamics offer insight into contemporary Romanian society, albeit through a lens of humor. Watching this episode, one is reminded of personal experiences of family tension, generational misunderstandings, and the humor inherent in everyday life. The episode encourages reflection on the universality of such experiences, transcending cultural boundaries while remaining rooted in local color. Cinematically, the use of natural lighting, handheld camera movements, and close-ups conveys intimacy, allowing viewers to feel embedded in the village setting. The mise-en-scène is carefully orchestrated, from the cluttered kitchen to the lively town square, each detail contributing to narrative depth. In summary, Soacra lui Celentano, Partea 2 exemplifies Las Fierbinți at its best, combining humor, social commentary, and character-driven storytelling. Its scenes are meticulously crafted to capture both the absurdity and beauty of small-town life. The episode succeeds in balancing laughter with emotional resonance, making it memorable and relatable. As the story unfolds, viewers gain a deeper understanding of family dynamics, community interaction, and the subtle power plays that shape daily life. The richness of character development, clever writing, and nuanced performances make this episode a standout in the series, offering both entertainment and thoughtful reflection on human relationships.